Well, we're now going to swap current affairs conversation for the 1950s and Rydell High, but the two aren't as far apart as you might think. We are talking Greece and politics right now with Tom Parker from The Wanted, of course, and also Over the Rainbow winner Danielle Hope right now. They're on tour with Greece and it's going to be a belter.
Summer loving had me a blast.
Summer loving happened so fast.
I met a girl crazy for me.
Met a boy cute as can be.
Well, I mentioned Greece could be with the world of 1950s Americana high school and politics coincide because Tom Parker's with us from The Wanted and Danielle Hope, Over the Rainbow winners playing Sandy. Good morning, both of you.
Morning.
But you were shouting and jeering and gesticulating during my conversation. Are you a political animal, Tom?
Yeah, I love it. I genuinely love it. I don't think we should have a second referendum, to be honest, because, you know, democracy is democracy, and the you know, I was part of the 48%. I voted to remain, but, you know, you can't just keep having a referendum until you get the vote that you want.
Although the EU has a tendency to do that in the past, for example, with Ireland and with one of the Scandinavian countries. They kept going back until finally people were beaten into submission.
Exactly, and that for me is not democracy. You then getting into territories of dictatorship, and I don't agree with it. So, like I said, I didn't get the result that I wanted that morning when I woke up. But, you know, I think people have become so disenfranchised with politics, and I think that is why the 52% ended up at 52%, because, you know, look at what's happening around the world. You've got the far right with Trump. Maybe, you know, Marine Le Pen might get in France. You know, people genuinely getting so disenfranchised with mainstream politics is that people feel like they've got no other option other than to vote for the far right. And I think, yeah, it's a pretty scary time. But, you know, I don't agree with a second referendum personally. So,
do you think there was an age split? Both of you, this question goes to in the country when it came to voting. I know young people voted Leave, some of them, and some older people like me voted Remain. But I do wonder whether there was a big split. In my family, so there were huge rows. All four of my daughters, who were 25 and under, voted to Remain, and they were furious with something. Literally phoned them up and had a go at them for people who voted Leave. It was that passionate, but there was that much of an age split in it, Tom.
I do, and you know what? I think. In London, I think it was very, very much Remain, whether you're older or younger. I think the more you go north, like I said, the more people are disenfranchised with what's going on in the Houses of Parliament. And I feel like the north, you know, I'm from Manchester.
I'd never have guessed.
And we're both from up there, and
yeah.
I feel like the areas around there do feel like they're very much left out of what is going on in London. So yeah, I think the age thing, especially up north, I think, you know, the elders and the youth of the north, I think were majority, you know, to leave.
Now, we did hear the passion in Tom's voice there. We spoke about that a lot on this station as well. Did you get the sense people engaged for the first time, really engaged in politics for the referendum, Danielle?
I really did, and like you say, the range in age, I think, for one of the first times we've seen for a long time in this country, really engaged a lot of the younger generation, because all of a sudden we felt maybe a responsibility and like, oh right, this is actually really going to concern us for a long time. And I think there was a huge split, there was a divide, not just in age, but in you know, geographically. Yeah. And I think there is a lot of different perspectives. I was personally a Remain, and, you know, I'm based in London, but from Manchester, and I feel, you know, that was my personal choice. And like you say, my family was split in decision too. But I think
we need a Greece Wanted Over the Rainbow version of Question Time.
Yeah,
I love it.
Let's do it. Yes. Yes.
Okay, now you mentioned you both got strong bank connections.
Absolutely.
Is that why this amazing tour, and you really are going all over the country with Greece? Of course, the mighty musical, Greece is the word. You're starting in Manchester, the Palace Theatre, Friday the 10th. So what stage are you at? Have you done the show already? Are you rehearsals still? What stage are you at the moment?
We're in the final week of rehearsals. We've done 2 already.
Because you were singing along to that medley and you're a bit flat, Tom.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I'm trying, guys. I'm practising still. We've got a week to go. Yeah, we're literally in the final week, aren't we? And then we go up to Manchester. We do 3 days tech run, and then we're in for 10 months then. So we're almost there. It's getting to the end, isn't it?
It's really exciting. Everything's coming together. It's a bit mental at the moment in the rooms. I think we're all looking forward to kind of like running the whole show, because it's scary, isn't it, when you're still working on it and you know you've got a week to go before you get in the theatre. But it's very special for me and Tom opening in Manchester.
Yeah.
So all of our people, all of our family will all be there for the opening, because that is the scariest.
And it's an amazing musical. I've seen it on stage a few times, and although I love the movie, the fact that quite clearly John Travolta is a 47-year-old playing a teenager with all respect, it's a bit off-putting. You two
Yeah.
look the part. You could be high school students.
Yeah, and do you know
I'll take
what?
that.
They wanted that this year because in the past it's been a little bit older, and the company this year is really, really young. It ranges from like 20 to 25, 26. So I think they've really thought about it this
And
year.
are you doing the musical songs? Because two of the songs, at least, You're the One That I Want, and I think Sandy, weren't in the original stage play. Are you doing those two that people
We are,
love?
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the songs that you love and know from the movie are in the musical. But the musical has like a couple really cool differences, doesn't it? Like the script and some of the orders of things are different.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I love the stage production. I love this version of it.
And as you've noticed, and huge thanks to the two of you for coming and being such good sports for sticking around. That, of course, was Tom Parker from The Wanted, who's now in Greece touring the whole country, and Danielle Hope. Their tour starts in Manchester. Check out the website for details. They go all over the place, though. Next stop, Oxford, then Liverpool, Southend-on-Sea, and they come to a shuddering, juddering climax in December, November to December in Wolverhampton. It's going to be a great show. You've been fantastic.